Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this tutorial series. So today we're going to look at how to fix some broken scenery in Flight Simulator 2024. So this has been an issue for me in some of the new add-on scenery that says it's compatible and not necessarily compatible. I'm not going to say it's going to work in every single scenario, but for me it worked in quite a few different scenarios. So what we're going to do is look at one way of fixing the scenery, and that is by deleting the cache. So obviously, as we know, Flight Sim 2024 doesn't store the data locally. It decides to stream it, which personally I'm not a big fan of. I prefer having a massive hard drive full of scenery, just with varying internet connections and things. However, sometimes if you're installing add-on scenery, it may conflict with the default scenery. And a way of looking at that, so first instance, what I'd recommend is installing and uninstalling and try and reinstalling it and see if that works. It may not. So as you've probably seen in the video, I did a Stansted recently. Unfortunately, I've not been able to fix that, and that is actually an issue with the scenery itself, so I've just had to go back to the default scenery. But we're going to show you just briefly how to clear the cache. So what we'll do, we'll just move across so you can see the screen. So you want to just open your sort of folder browser, and you want to go down to this PC, and depending on where you've got Flight Sim 2024, obviously I've got my community folder here. This is where my community folder sits. However, most people's it will sit in the C by default. However, to delete the cache, you need to be in the C drive because that is where the cache is actually stored. So we'll go to users, and you'll select your name, going down to app data, local, and then you're looking for the word packages. So let's say I just press the word P. There we go. We've got packages. I'm just hoping you guys can see that just as well. Let's just make sure you can see it. So into packages, and then you got a huge list. So what you want to do is look for Microsoft.L is the easiest way to do it, and we're looking for limitless. So where are we? Microsoft. I always struggle to find it when I go .limitless, and it's this folder here. That's _8 weekly B3D 8 BBWE. Then you go into that, and you'll see the local cache folder, and into scenery indexes. So what you do, this has got a folder full of scenery indexes. What you want to do is highlight all this and delete it all. That is basically the way to do it. So highlight it all, delete it all, and go from there. So what we'll do, we'll highlight it, delete it. Then you'll have an empty folder of your local cache. If you go back in, it's still empty. Now what we need to do is we need to relaunch the sim. So let me just launch the sim, and we'll let it load for a minute. It may take a little bit longer to load on this first time because obviously it's got to think about all the scenery that we've once had. So hopefully this actually fixes your problems with scenery. I didn't have any problems particularly at the moment with scenery, and it does help just clear it out from time to time. I have no idea why the start of the scenery wasn't as it should be. It could be related to the rolling cache. It may be something that we need to look at in the rolling cache as well. So if I have my rolling cache here, and you should be able to delete this rolling cache in fairness. That is something that you can do. So as you see, I've got like 200 gigabytes there. So you can literally just delete that folder. It won't do any harm. It may not do it if Sim's open. So just make sure you remove it. If I go in there now, it's probably not there. The folder may be there, but the actual bits and bobs probably won't be there. So yeah, basically let the sim load, and hopefully it should fix your scenery problems. Obviously, if it doesn't, like I say, it's not 100% successful, then go back and look at the software itself. Have a look in, especially like InnyBuild. So this is the issue I've been having with InnyBuild software. Go back and have a look and just see if uninstalling it and reinstalling it will fix it. I'd recommend a restart. Failing that, probably the best way to do is probably remove the simulator completely, which doesn't take long to install. It's not so much of a big issue. So remove the sim completely, then reinstall it and see how you go from there. So guys, thank you very much for joining us, and don't forget to give us a like, comment and subscribe. I just thought I'd just show you this briefly just to see if it would help you guys with any scenery issues you're having. It doesn't work in all scenarios, like I say, but in a good majority it does seem to work. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in another video.